Um, this week we will study on about file design for improved learning. Let's read the questions. How to organize a file that maintains data structure relationship by related data records are physically separated, but a pointer included in the data record sequentially indicates the address where the data record is stored. Right side picture. Data 1 pointer indicates data 2's start address, and data 2's pointer indicates data 3's start address. This method is list method. Next, which of the following file types corresponds to the design type of file organizations? Index sequence files, source data file, master file, transaction file. Source data file and master file, transaction file is the type of file organizations. But index sequence file is file in the address calculation method by hashing function, what is the set of conflicting records occupying the same address space by different key values? The correct answer is number 4, synonym. What is the distance with the characteristics of the sequential file? Now let's read the example. Number 1, the use is low because there are many inconveniences in processing. Number 2, recording of data is difficult compared to the two other files. Number 3, it takes a long time to search data. Number 4, it is very convenient to add, change, and delete the contents of a file. What is correct answer? current answer is number 4. What is not characteristics of the sequential file organization method? Let's read the example below. Number 1 is aggregate files or simple master files, typical application files. Number 2, it is arranged sequentially according to the primary key value. Number 3, when adding or deleting records in a file, there is no need to copy the entire file. Number 4, high utilization of memory space. Which is wrong answer? Wrong expression. Yeah, answer is number 3. Which media is suitable for sequential organization and has the longest average access time? Sequential organization is magnetic tape. What is not a feature of index sequence files? Number 1, both sequence processing and random processing are possible. Number 2, when adding or deleting records, there is no need to copy the entire file. When accessing a specific record, the access time is faster than the direct organization file due to the processing by index. Number 3 is not correct. When the number of overflowed records increase, there is a problem of reorganizing files while in use. Correct. The correct answer is number 3. It will be very helpful to understand if you search for the lecture materials you learned earlier. This learning activity's purpose is to understand learning contents about file design. So you will be summarize the reasons. What does not belong to the index area in the indexed sequence file? The sequence file has 3 areas: track index area, cylinder index area, and master index areas. Basic index area is not belong to index area in index sequence file. When there are many newly added records in the index sequence file configuration, it is no longer possible to record in the basic data area. What is the area for recording overflowed records? The correct answer is number 4, cylinder overflow area. I told you that the correct answer is number 4. Do you know why? If you don't know why, it is correct answer. Then you searching for the internet or lecture materials you learned earlier. Next question. Which file is created so that the information of the file to be processed is stored at random regardless of the logical order, and the information is directly accessed when processing the information. Number 1, random file. Number 2, sequential file. Number 3, sequence file. Number 2 and number 3 is the same file. Number 4, index sequence file. This question is about random file. Choose the correct file design sequence. First, personality or purpose, and next step is item, and then characteristics, and medium, and organization method. The correct answer is number 2. Among the system programs which programs files control, operate, and monitor the state of the computer system, the properly word is control program. Now, this question is list the 4 components of the file. You describe characteristics of files. I will give you some minute. You find the correct answer and write it down. File has a 4 component item, field, and record, and file. Finally, a physical record. Now, among the formats of records, while the economy is low and the processing speed is low, the program is easy to write, and one logical record constitutes one physical record, and all records are the same ranks. What is this? We have learned earlier about the formats of record. 4 types of records exist. One is non-blocking fixed length record. This type is one logical record constitutes one physical record, and all records have the same length. But non-blocking variable length record is a place where records of different lengths are collected as physical records without forming a block. And blocking variable length record format is a format that collects records of different lengths and forms a block. Finally, blocked fixed length record is a form in which logical records of the same length are gathered in the same number of form or block. Therefore, this question's correct answer is non-blocking fixed length record. Next, which of the following is not a working file? Working file input data file and output data file and checkpoint file is including a working file. But a history file is not working file. How is the hierarchical structure of file divided? Two types of record, logical records and physical record. You write it down detail. Next question. Write two or more file feature. Think about file feature. A file is a set of records with the same contents, purpose, and forms. And file is the basic unit of document program. Also, the file is the final unit of data representations. Find about file feature. Have you tried summarizing it? Yeah, you did a good job. So let's finish the study. See you.